welcome back to another video. My name is Kat, known as phamerina.planning here on YouTube and on Instagram. And today's video is a plan with me for the week of July 22nd through July 28th. I will be using this April 2023 mystery from Sadie Stickers. It's the Koi Fish Pond one foiled in rose gold. And I am so excited to be using this. This is the first time I've tried to really make a scene in my spread. I was very inspired by Mariah, who also used this kit earlier this year. I think she did it in March. I'll link her video. She also created a scene. And she's like a master at creating scenes. I don't know how she does it. It's a lot of time that you spend thinking about it. So go check her out. She's like a master at these. I've been learning from watching her. And I also wanted to try out this extended washi trick. I'm sure if you've been in this community for any length of time, and if you follow some of the bigger names here, Danny from Danny with a Planny has been talking extensively about how she wants extended washi. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, here's the crash course. So the washi, which is what I'm laying down right here, typically only spans the length of the 4 columns on a spread. But if you look at this page, you'll notice there's some white space on either side of the left and right columns. So there's always going to be a gap. This is more noticeable if you're using a rings planner where you have your 2 pages next to each other. It's much more noticeable there. Because for me with a coil planner, you have the coil in the middle. So it doesn't it's not as obvious, or it's not as distracting on a coil planner. But the extended washi, the concept is that the washi, or whatever element you're using, extends the full length of the bottom of the page. So in this case, I have a 7x9 planner. So the extended washi, or the extended element, would span the 7 inches on both pages. So technically 14 inches throughout the planner. So I know I don't have, this is not extended washi. This is regular length washi. But I decided to try this hack or trick or technique from Chelsea of Dash of Sun Designs, to kind of, what's the word I'm looking for? To kind of use the extended washi in a coil bound planner. As you can see, I'm struggling a little bit because the thing is the rings or the coils get in the way, right? It's not like a rings planner where I can just pull the pages out and then put them back in. So I tried the extended trick, and which the idea is you just cut the stickers and slot them in between your coils. It's gonna be something I need to practice, but I really like how full and complete the bottom of the page has turned out. I will also use some of the extended oh my goodness, it's torn paper. You'll see it in the date cover area from Dash of Sun Designs, who I will take a quick minute here to plug. I do PR for Dash of Sun Designs. Chelsea has some amazing things, including all of this extended washi, which I hope to use extensively in the future. But I tried this trick. I think if you look at it, it's not a huge difference, but it's enough of a difference where your spread looks a little more complete, in my opinion. So it's gonna take me some finagling to figure out and working with, but I really like this look. I'm hoping to implement more of it in the future. So that is my little talk through of what went on the bottom. The other issue with not having the extended washi is that you kind of have to find a way to kind of hide your corners. On one side, I used the torn paper. On the other, I used a large floral element from the Deco. And I really like how kind of frames I didn't try to create a frame, but I liked how that framed the spread. In the date cover area, I did use one of the extended torn papers. I believe that's what this one is, the foil torn papers from Dash of Sun. I made use of the date dots that had the little dragonflies from the foiled sampler that came with the mystery. If you're not familiar with the Sadie Stickers mystery, it comes with the 4-page kit plus the journaling pages, which is a deco and a journal page. Currently, it comes with alcohol ink swatches. At this time, it did not come with alcohol inks. It comes with all the florals, and it came with a deco sampler, a foil deco sampler, excuse me. Which this and they've changed from kit to kit depending on like what fits the theme. So for this one, it was a bunch of dragonfly date dots, which you have to give a person every single day, just in, you never know when someone's going to use it. It also had koi fish elements and like pond greenery elements. So you'll see me pull more of those in. I pulled in dragonfly foiled elements that I had in my collection, which wasn't very a lot. It varied a lot, which was not a lot. It was mostly that garland at the top and some dividers, which I didn't use very extensively. So those were like the big things. I wanted to use this kit. I always like loop back to this just because I don't know. I wanted something in rose gold, and I was looking through and I was like, well, I've done my summer kits, right? I've used my summer kits. Let's throw in something different. And because that's what I usually I do that. I like to throw in something that's not in theme, if you want to say that, with the lineup. Um and I needed something in rose gold and I wanted to use this kit. So I said, oh, why not? Right? Why not? Do I have to have a reason for everything? No, no. That's just how I roll. I do want to point out I do use, here they are, these foiled elements from the Giving Girl also to just bring more rose gold to the spread. So originally I was toying with the idea of making the scene like along the bottom, but I think that's just too much for me to figure out right now. Horizontal sidebars or more my jam. Um, One day, maybe soon, I will do some sort of scene at the bottom, but I think if I want to do that, I have to like remove the bottom washi in general. I have this weirdness where I want to make sure I use my full boxes too, right? I buy the kits mostly for the full boxes, so I want to make sure I use my full boxes too. So having that scene at the bottom above the washi would take away from me using my full boxes. So that's why we shifted to this horizontal sidebar. I did make use of alcohol ink swatches from Letters to Apollo. Look at that. My timing is so good on my voiceover today to just bring some color to the spread. You'll see me pull it in a few places in the day by day. And this, I will say, in this particular spread, I do stretch more creatively with the decorative pieces. I don't usually pull these kind of deco elements into my spreads as much, and into like the day by day portions. But that's why this video is so much longer, is because I've been playing with pulling these kind of decorative elements into my day by day, into the columns. I think right now my X-Acto knife is not sharp enough, or I'm kind of scared to put too much pressure. I'm still figuring it out. I think mostly it's my Sharpie. My X-Acto knife is not sharp enough. Um, so I should find my blades and switch that out. It's kind of old. Um, yeah. But I was a little worried about putting too much pressure and cutting through to the next page. After I finish all of this, I won't show it because I kind of like closed up filming and I looked at it and I was like, I need to line this column somehow. And I used one of Sadie Stickers. Oh my goodness, what is that called? The inky swatch kind of looking one. It's also the one that's on the smaller of the washies. So that fit in really well here. And I was just, this is the next day, so I'm pulling in some more foiled elements just to kind of finish the spread out. If you look, they're like teeny, teeny, tiny petals. And I do not know how I was able to get them up without losing them. But there are these really tiny petal elements thrown um, on the sampler. So I was trying to make use of those. So in order to balance out this scenic sidebar here, I decided to keep or to not do tilted boxes just because it was so busy on this side. And I knew that I was going to have to balance it out on the other side, on the right bottom side. So I decided to not do tilted boxes just to kind of provide some sort of structure to the day by day area. Um, Plus the art on these full boxes is so pretty. I didn't really want to cover any of it up. So that's why I kept the boxes within the columns. And I did use headers for this kit. Not a lot, but enough. Um, so that's the kind of my thought process here. I will say that these like really delicate florals with these like stems or whatever we want to call these poking out, I like was so worried about picking them up and ripping the sticker. I was like, please don't rip, please don't rip. I mean, I know I can just like surgically put you back, but please don't rip. I was gonna be so sad if it ripped. And then, like I said, so I wanted to balance out the other side, and I had a foiled sampler again from Dash of Sun Designs. But this was for the glow kit specifically, but I picked it up in all three of the foils. And it had this fashion person foiled, and I decided to pull her into this Sunday column because this was also the day that we had my cousin's 16th birthday party. Her birthday is on the 28th. So happy birthday, Bella. It already happened, obviously. So I decided to jazz that up, you know. So on to the day by day. I don't know why I started with that swatch down there. It's probably because I was looking at it already and I was like, let me lay this down. We start with a coffee Monday. I really am trying to make more use of these like layering elements. I'm trying to like get over the mental block of like covering stickers up with other stickers. Like the swatch ones, I have no problem, right? I got that. But like things with like elements already on it, floral elements or decorative elements, my brain's like, don't cover it up. Like, why? Why do that? But I'm trying to get over that, right? I'm working through it. I'm working through it. Uh Coffee Monday we just talked about. This was also the day my collab video with Christine went live from It's Just Christine. I'll link her below and that video and all that jazz. Then I finished the night with some dishes. See here, look, I'm starting to pull my alcohol inks into my day by day. I don't really do that very often. I'm very comfortable with using them in my sidebar and to like build out my tilted boxes, but to do the day by day, I'm like, hey, we got to practice it, right? We just got to flex those muscles. So you'll see me pull in a lot of elements that I'm not that you probably haven't really seen me do. I mean, I haven't really seen me do them yet. Sorry, I'm flipping through my notes because I was numpty and did not flip to those notes. Here's July. All right, hold on. There we go. On Tuesday, we started with, what day is this? Is this correct? This is not the correct month. Sorry, let's see. Well, I can read it on the screen. We started with Dr. Coffee. Yes, it is. I'm sorry. There we go. I'm in the right place. We started with Dr. Coffee, and then, like I said, I'm trying to pull in more of these decorative elements. So I tried to figure out how to get this fish to look good. So I did layer a floral on top of this fancy circle. I believe that's what it's called. And then I'm trying to figure out how to get this fish on here so it doesn't look silly. So we had this is to mark a voiceover for my In the Sand Plan With Me. That icon is from White Deer Stationery. I think it's for a podcast, but like I don't really listen to podcasts. I don't know. I'm just not into them. Don't know why. And then this day, I got a message from my husband. He said that the AC in our panel room, we call it the panel room. It's just one of the rooms. It's like our living room, but we call it the panel room. Um, the AC froze. So the AC, it's an old AC. It's probably from like the 80s, we think. Um, it like on the low setting, it goes like you'll be freezing if you use the high setting, but in the low setting, it goes, and we usually shut it off within like a half hour because it's that cold. So I think what happened is someone forgot to turn it off. So it had been running for several hours. So like there was ice visible on the AC. I didn't actually see any of it because I came home and it was defrosted by that point, but we had to like leave the AC off just to make sure that there was nothing wrong with the electronics in the AC. So future knowing from the future everything is okay, we can use our AC now, but that would have been bad because that's kind of our primary AC. It kind of cools our entire first floor, so it would have been really bad if that one went out. On Wednesday was a paperwork day. It was really sad. I remember this because I opened up my file and I was like, where did all the work that I did yesterday go? Like 3 hours of work, where did it go? And actually the day before I had to redo like an hour of work in the afternoon because it disappeared. So it was realistically like 4 hours of work. It was really sad. I don't know what was going on. I don't know if it was me forgetting to save or if it was the shared network. Like I don't know what exactly was going on, but nothing was saving. So I was really sad to have to redo all that again. So I took one of the like this is like a frame with a little piece of tape on it from the deco kit, a scallop box, and some layered some things around it. I spent all this time layering this one torn paper on top of the other, and I think inevitably I cover it all up. So like I don't I'm like, why did I waste not waste, it wasn't really a lot of time, but why did I spend that time creating this kind of double torn paper look only to cover it all up? But I mean, you'll see it in the video, so like at least I know it exists, right? Then we had what else did we do this day? Oh my goodness. I have a 1 and a 3. Oh, I'm not going to talk about the second thing just cuz it has something to do with my son and I'd rather not talk about it, obviously. I've mentioned this before, private things private. Um and then I had this space at the bottom because I would not have had enough room to mark 4 things. Actually, don't even have 4 things to mark. Um so I decided to create this little scene with the hair, and I pulled in a blue color wash, laid it on one side, pulled the hair in on the other side. So, me practicing these skills and seeing what works, what doesn't work, how long it takes me to figure all this out. This footage is sped up to what I typically keep it at, which is technically like 4 times speed. So if I wanted to make this video shorter, obviously I could speed it up a little bit more, but I don't. I feel like this is a comfortable um, pace to see what's going on and for me to like be able to talk through my day by day with relative ease. And I tend to get on tangents. We all know that by this point. So this was to mark Happy Mail. This was what was this? This was my Nikki +3 order. Which one? I think this was the Christmas in July one, which came really fast. And then my White Deer stationery order that had been floating out in the ether for a very long time. It got stuck in customs for forever on the other side of the country, and then it just showed up in Philly one day, and I was like, oh, you were never going to tell me you left customs? Okay. Like I was worried that I would have to do something to get it out of customs, but it was all good. We were all good. On Thursday, I guess it was an uneventful work day. Oh, I know what I did. I worked on captions for YouTube, but I didn't really feel like marking it. Just because I don't know, the space I usually have enough space for between 3 to 4 things, and I feel like I wanted to use more decorative elements for this one, so I cut it down to like 3 elements, unless I really, really wanted to mark them. Um, so I marked that we had 5 guys for this day. We don't really have 5 guys that often, prices are going up, so it's a treat when we get 5 guys, or craving, like a strong craving. And then for the other half of this area, I just pulled in this larger koi fish, layered it on top of color wash and florals and foil. Like, we're starting to see a pattern here. Then I ran the laundry after I laid this header down to kind of just frame this box. Ran the laundry because, laundry never ends. It's always ongoing. And then I filmed part of my planner haul. The planner haul that is enormous. I mean, it's not really that long compared to my other hauls, but no, it is about the same length as my other hauls. I say it's ginormous because, again, I was supposed to be doing better. I did do a little better technically. But, we're going to move on. We're not going to punish ourselves. We're just going to reflect on the past and be better, right? That's what we're going to do. So I just pulled in these boxes, this icon from JK Creates, and then that other one is from Hello Petite Paper. It's very cute. I like this cuteness, the cuteness of that icon. And since I'm left-handed, I decided to finish the sticker part and then go in and write things because those coils get in the way. That was Thursday. On Friday, we started with a Dunkin' run. I'm trying again. I don't know why I keep saying I'm trying. I wanted to pull in more of these floral elements just because I had so many of them, and just play around with how to play around with how to lay them down. And then I realized, I was like, wait, I didn't leave any room for me to write anything here. So, I mean, granted, I was just going to write Dunkin' or Dunkin' Run. One of those two. Let's see, Dunkin', which doesn't take up a lot of space, but I wanted to be able to fit it in there. Then I marked that we had pork katsu and rice for dinner. My husband is really into making like relatively simple dinners with high impact, high payout pork katsu. He also really likes katsu in general, so it's a very relatively easy meal. Pound pork, tenderize it, coat it in egg, coat it in flour, coat it in maybe not flour, coat it in crumbs, deep fry. You got your meal. You guys just got to make the sauce to go with it, which isn't really hard. Then by we I mean I, I marked Happy Mail from Paper Trail Plans. I believe, was this the anniversary sale? It most likely was the anniversary sale. No, who knows what this was? I don't know what it was off the top of my head. I mean, we all love a good Paper Trail Plans Happy Mail. Always makes me happy to get it. So I cut this divider in half, this dragonfly divider in half, laid it down, and I was like, I don't like this orientation, so I flipped them. That's what happened there. This little icon is from Starlight Paper Studio, and like I said, I'm trying to pull in more of these decorative elements, and I thought it would be cute to layer that lotus leaf on top of this lotus flower on top of the lily pad. And just zhuzh it up, just jazz it up, right? On Saturday we got boba tea. Why did we get boba tea? I don't know. That's exciting. We don't really get boba tea that often anymore, because we're not really close to a boba tea shop. It's the closest one to me right now is like almost 20 minutes away, which is really sad. And it's a bit of a drive, so it's like 20 minutes there, 20 minutes back. I don't really want to have to do that. Then we went to the playground. I really love this icon from JK Creates. It's so pretty and it's very detailed. We went to the playground, and then I talked planner things on Instagram with Chelsea, who's the owner of Dash of Sun Designs. I think she had posted about the glow kit, I think, and I was like, man, I'm so excited to use this in August. And she was like, here, like da, da, da. I don't know, I think I might have asked to see like some of her spreads, and I felt really bad because I was like, she filmed this very not extensive, but she filmed a couple of videos, and I was like, oh my god, I didn't mean to make more work for you. But she was like, I love talking stickers. I was like, okay, good. I was like, I don't really want to pull you away from like your kids and from the shop and all that stuff, but like I guess it makes sense that you want to be able to take a break from the shop to talk about things you love, like stickers and things like that. So I'm inspired. She showed me something and I was like, I'm gonna tuck that in my back pocket, so when I use glow in August, I'm gonna do that, but I'm gonna make sure I credit you because like I didn't come up with that. Um, but when that happens, you'll see, and you'll know that Chelsea was the mastermind behind that one. I love talking stickers with you guys because it's like I feel like people don't get it. I mean, I didn't get it at first. I talked about this in my Bujo with me episode 3. I was like, I don't get why people do this, but now I do. It's now I get it. I get it. Um, I wanted to pull in this last torn paper. I think it's the last one. Don't quote me on that. I wanted to pull in this torn paper here though. And then this is my cousin Bella's 16th birthday. So I was going to use these candles here to kind of bring in the celebration, but then I laid them down and I was like, I don't like how this looks. I'm gonna rip this all up. And by up, I just mean those candles mostly. And then I pulled in a birthday cake and just other foiled element. I feel like it was too much. It just wasn't vibing with the spread. And I still had the koi fish and some of these other foiled elements from the sampler. So I was like, let's pull that in instead. Let's not bring in too many other different elements. Let's just stick with the foils that we have. Um, so that's what I did there. And then that was an all day affair at my parents' house. We had the pool up, we had a big giant tent in the back, so much food. We spent some time helping to prep, and it was a big to do. She is the last one in that generation to turn 16. Hold on, let me think about that. Let me make sure. Yeah, she's the last one in that generation, my generation, to turn 16. So it's like a big to do for her. Well, for my family. She's just like, it's another day. Get to hang out with my friends. So that is the day by day. And I'm just finishing up by pulling more of the decorative elements, pulling in the foil, and then I had a bunch of these petals left still. So I was like, you know what, we're gonna finish out. We're gonna pull them into the spread wherever we can fit them, and scatter the Giving Girl deco elements too. So that's what I'm doing here. I'm finishing up. I really love how this spread looks. I really like how I pulled in all of these decorative elements. It's really fun. It's just like you have to spend a little bit more time doing it. It's not as easy as like, okay, icon, floral, box, right? You do have to think about it a little bit more. So that's why this plan with me is so long. um but I really love how it looks out, like it turned out. I want to do more of these. I just need to have the creative energy to do it. Here is a foil look. I forget what we call those now. Here are the bits left from the kits. I'm not sure where I'm going to use this because it's like kind of giving me it does not give me fall or winter. So we're gonna have to probably wait till next year to use this in my bujo. But I did use quite a bit of the deco. I'm very proud of myself, and I'm excited to use that large floral somewhere. I don't know. I love the large florals. So here's a flyover of the spread. I am very proud of how this scene turned out. I hope you guys like it too. And that is the spread, and I hope you enjoyed this video. And if you did, I would love it if you left me a like, left a comment, and subscribed. And I hope to see you in the next one. Bye.